Welcome to the Neen Valley Role-Playing Association, a group of friends who like to play RPGs. Let's role-playing games and try and have fun. If you like the video, please like and subscribe.
Welcome back, and last time, what happened? Well, a sudden and very abrupt delivery of a letter to Varo, inviting him, and indeed his fellows, to dinner with Zem Kalchar. I should also add a little bit more detail that below the section of the letter you can see there is a note about a carriage collecting you shortly after midday. And it says, dress appropriately. Whatever that means. So.
Armour.
Yeah. Dale's going to find the most elaborate dress you can find.
Hang on a second. Why is that apparatus of Quellish getting inside that carriage? Okay. So, it is evening, and this is saying tomorrow. So is there anything that you would like to do between then and now, or between now and then, I should say, that would be useful as preparation, or what?
Well, the first question is are we going?
Well, that's a very, very good question.
It feels like a trap.
Smells like a trap.
Now, I'm sure that if we were British Secret Service agents, then absolutely we would be putting up on our finest tuxedos.
Absolutely.
And go and walking straight into the trap. However, we shouldn't feel obliged to accept the invitation.
Absolutely
Sometimes
not.
walking into the devil's den is what you have to do.
You may make whatever choices you.
Personally, I enjoy. Personally, I prefer, and make of this what you will, slipping into the back door.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
2 minutes and 48 seconds in, and the first innuendo has been cast.
Nice.
That beats my record.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't. I'm sure not.
Oh, I'm sure it does. What have you been doing with all your free time now you've retired, Peter?
He's watching the morning news and hearing them saying about being tugged off and stuff like that. Firm tugging off. Yeah. You got to be prepared for the was it firm tugging off or something? He says
this has escalated rather rapidly.
Horseboarding.
It has, hasn't it?
Yes, the competitive tug off or something it was. I can't remember exactly.
It wasn't competitive. No, it was firm. I'm sure it was like firm. The initial firm tug off or something along the lines. Tugging off. Yes, got to be prepared for it. Fine.
Well, this is not that situation. So the question question to the floor is: do we accept the invitation? If we don't accept if we do accept the invitation, do we go armed? I mean, he's saying dress appropriately, which I assume means don't go armed. And I'm not that comfortable to be going into a situation with this guy, without weapons and armour.
Well, since I can't leave my hands and feet behind, I'm always armed.
That's what you're
good point.
You're fine. We get that.
Don't forget, we could always put our weapons into the bag of holding.
We could, but that would take time to get out. And armour, you can't put on armor during combat.
I'm not wearing armor.
Who wears
No,
armor?
you're fine. Yeah.
I've just got this idea of him taking the axe out the back of Holby.
Yeah.
Holding up one
Just
finger to
hang on
JL.
1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, there is one thing on that invitation which I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, says Shaggy. A country retreat, I wouldn't say at the top of the mountain or in a mountain is a country retreat. I would describe that as a snow resort. Come to my snow resort and have dinner with me.
This may well not be his secret lair.
No.
So it's worth saying that there is I do apologise. My brain decided to stop working for a moment. I'm sure it's going to start again. Right. No, it's not, obviously. I'm so sorry. So the information that you've been given so far is that he has a lair in the mountains, which is to say you are currently in the mountains. You're in the lower kind of foothills of the mountains. You're not in the very, very high peaks. Now, the very, very high peaks do have permanent snow, in fact, permanent ice and snow. But at this level where you are right now, there is not ice and snow. And from your understanding of it's the elevation isn't much greater than where you are. So therefore, it's not. It would probably snow in the winter, but as it's the summer at the moment, you believe that it would be relatively the same as it is where you are, which is cooler in the evenings, but during the day, warm and sunny.
So we're sort of thinking alpine, sort of.
Yeah. I mean, if you've been to a country with mountains where, yeah. I mean, most of Switzerland doesn't have snow all year round.
Yeah.
You know,
So
even some of the peaks don't.
So we're thinking more Heidi and the Sound of Music rather than snow and James Bond skiing.
It could be.
I mean, to be honest, neither of those are. We're back up to skiing again, are we? Right, no innuendo.
Just need to know what song to sing when we're going up there. You see, that's all.
So essentially, it'll be like it is here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it could be its country retreat.
I'm curious who the surprise guest is. That seems interesting.
It's
Maybe
Mr. Sock Puppet,
long
says
lost
Shaggy,
friend.
using a pseudopod.
I'm just going to double check that sort of underneath the words Varo Dawnkind, it's sort of like there's been rubbed out Jonathan Harker.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, being picked up by coach from a nearby village, are we? To my mountain retreat. Yeah, okay. Coach with suspiciously black, demonic-looking horses. Yeah, I'm sure.
Who's all right? Yeah, sort of black smoke roils from them as it.
That's it. Yeah.
I mean, it could be the guy you're looking for. The musician.
It could be. It could be. It could also just be a massive trap.
Well, yeah, I'm sure
He
he's going to try and
could
kill it.
It could be lying. I mean, the surprise. Yeah, I mean, we just don't know.
I have to say, I'm reading that letter again, and the only person he invites is you.
Oh, I know.
I'm delighted to invite you, he says.
In the postscript, John said that there's something about the rest of us.
It means you and your associates.
We're in the postscript.
Yes,
We
you're
haven't
not
even
important.
made it to the main script. Oh.
Nope.
Well, I mean, if he did if he did kidnap my mentor, probably had a good reason for it. He might not have got what he wanted from him and think that he gave it to me and is wanting to get his hands on my goods,
so to speak.
Okay.
so to speak.
So
What's Cookie? I think he wants to get his hands on me goods.
Well, I'm thinking that key, potentially.
you don't bring it with you.
So
Where is the book and the key?
what?
Yes, Rob?
The book is in the
Bag of holding.
bag of holding, and
Very good.
Varo has the key. I can't remember if we said we were going to use key onto the lock to open it, or whether we just went, best not to.
You have not, at this point,
Opened it.
unlocked the book. You have checked
Right.
that the key and the key is the key to the cage around the book, and you've confirmed that that is the case. But so far, you have not opened the book itself.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, the
okay.
cultists were keeping it. Sorry, Anthony.
Anthony?
No, I just say to JL, I think what they're gradually coming to a decision of is that one or some of us are going to go into the place. I've got some fine clothes, but could you help me pick out a knife that would fit socially, do you think? For you?
Yeah. I would have right on top of the carriage. Get out, though.
So I need to add a dagger, John. I don't have that. If I'm leaving other things behind, I want a dagger. I will buy that.
Well, I think that's that's not a problem. I mean, if you have a chat with Serena, she furnishes you with a dagger.
That's very kind.
Did I hear right? You're going to dinner?
Well, we're debating that very fact.
Lovelaw, she looks at you. Hold on a second, Rob. I'll be with you in a moment. Lovelaw, she looks at you, and she looks you up and down. And there's just this eyebrow just crawls up her forehead until it's sort of parked about here. And then she cocks her head to one side and she says, And then she turns to you, JL. Let me know what tailoring you need for him. And then
Okay.
A small square of cloth that he can put on top of his head to disguise him. Yes.
So to speak.
Rob.
I'm feverishly going through the OneNote that we've got for this. What do we actually know as M. Coucher? We know that he was involved in Bilbo Baggins's Bilbo Batchway's murder.
Bilbo Patchway.
Yeah, that's the one. Dildo Patchway. Hang on, say it again.
Beldo Patchway.
Beldo.
Beldo Patchway.
All that I can say is, thank God you confirmed that. I would have been calling him Bilbo Baggins and everything. So we know that he was, as far as I can remember, we know that he was instrumental in getting somebody to top Beldo off. And I thought the monks or the oracles said that Zem was known to them and and something to do with dodgy magics, but not too sure. So could you maybe re-enlighten us with reference to what we know of, and I'll gladly roll a history or an insight or something, but yeah, because it's been so long. We've been chasing Zen culture for so long, and other things have got in the way that I think we might have actually forgotten exactly how he plays into everything, if you know what I mean. So have you got any tidbits, or is that going to cause a slight
What are you looking for? What information are you looking for?
Well, I've just got it into my head that the oracles said that he was a wizard of disrepute, but that could be a completely different wizard that wiped our memory. And that's the problem. Our memories were wiped, I don't know exactly the timeline of everything, you see.
So, first of all, your memories weren't completely wiped. There was just a short period of time that you put the memories were wiped from.
Yeah.
Okay, so the you first came across Zem as a possible contact, and it was the Oracles of Istus that gave you his name originally, I believe. Okay. You were given his name as a contact because he was a merchant that they had worked with. And it was only subsequently, when you were investigating Beldo's death, that his name came up again in the context of being the person who nobbled Beldo. Okay? And at that point, it was a case of, okay, this guy's died, and we've decided we're not going to do anything about that. We're going to go off and do other stuff. So you went away and you did lots of other stuff.
Yeah.
And then you decided to come back because there was the suggestion that, there wasn't the suggestion, there was the fact that you came across a piece of music, and that piece of music led you here and to Kelric's daughter. And in meeting Kelric's daughter, you then got the idea that he had been mixed up with Zen in some way, and that he had disappeared, and she believed that Zen was involved in that. So you have possible contact, a guy we've had contact with before, and you've got sounds like Kelric was mixed up with him. So what you're doing is you're putting all that together, and you're walking up a ladder, and you've got to the point where you're like, we've got to investigate what this guy's up to. Clearly it's something extremely suspect. The people think that he is a legitimate merchant. You think otherwise, and what you need to do is get to the bottom of it, because you think that will lead you to Kelric.
Right. So...
because that's the mission you're on right now.
Yeah, so knowing, being refreshed of that, I think Shaggy turns around and says, well, it's not like he's an evil wizard that's going to detain us, and basically torture us for information. He's just a merchant, isn't he? I mean, he's a nefarious merchant, so I might have to try and remove poison on my list of spells, but
you're giving yourself a bit of post hoc justification there, but you've got to remember that according to the information that you have, he decided, for whatever reason, to affix an iron helmet of mind control to an actual innocent merchant.
That's it. Yeah.
And send the guy through Wildspace to go and murder somebody. And then when it all went wrong, had his minions off the genuinely innocent merchant, or at least as far as you can tell, genuinely innocent merchant, and then did nothing about it. So the idea that he is some innocent, or he's just, a slightly shady merchant, is for the birds, and you know that.
That's good.
Okay. So, have we got anything that we can disguise?
So I can do disguise self. So I can actually make it look like I'm wearing I look like I'm totally unarmed and, just wearing really nice clothes, but actually be armed and armoured, effectively hidden.
Yeah.
By the,
I haven't,
which is interesting, which is an illusion.
Yeah, I haven't got that. If it was tomorrow we were going, I could maybe put it on. So
it is tomorrow.
It is tomorrow, right? Well, if we're sleeping,
because it's the evening at the moment, and you're not going until tomorrow.
Yes, that's
unless
right.
you do decide to take a different path this
Let's
evening.
See if I've got it in my list.
It's not dinner tonight; it's dinner tomorrow night.
So I could put a disguise self on myself, and or
I have to ask you a really important question.
Mm-hmm.
This is an individual who has the capability to affix some device of unknown magical imprimatur to a person and send them off with that programming.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think how useful do you think disguise self is going to be?
It's a good point.
I'm JL's kind of struggling with the thought of this because she wants to go and give Zen some payback, but at the same point in time, it's like he's invited us to his place. He's sending a carriage to collect us. That's all to his preparation and script.
Oh yeah.
The only way we're gonna get any kind of edge on him, I think, is if we do something that he doesn't expect. I mean, he could he could do something with the carriage. He could do something. He could drive us off a cliff. He could do all sorts of stuff. I'm a bit concerned that we need to try and find another way, or use the carriage to our advantage, rather than maybe follow where maybe put something in or follow and see where it goes, rather than.
We could split the party. Have some go in.
And would Monty go in?
I mean, we could. I mean, maybe we just go loaded for bear. We take the carriage until we get to the entrance to his estate, and then we jump out and do something else. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I mean, honestly, I'm not that keen on just walking into his lair.
No.
Have we
difficult?
Got...
And we sit down at the table, and the spikes shoot up, and we drop down into the fiery pits underneath.
So we get in the carriage. Fireball appears out of nowhere. The carriage is gone.
Yeah.
The laser fireball.
So I was just wondering, Megan doesn't need armor. Lovlaw doesn't wear armor. Varo does. JL, do you wear armor?
Yeah, JL's got light armor.
Okay.
Oh, she got medium.
So-
she might have medium armor.
I mean, if you could put something over the top of, well, if it's medium, you wouldn't be able to. If it was light, you might be able to. But I was just thinking,
She's wearing a chain shirt.
Oh, okay. So medium armor.
right?
Yeah, medium armor chain shirt.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be obvious if you were to don a dress over the top of that, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Over the top, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It really would be, yeah.
So what I was thinking
it depends.
was if
It's a chain link dress.
No, it doesn't.
It depends if it's those barbarian girly chainmail outfits. You know, the ones that are just bras and knickers.
No, it's actually
Magically cover
chainmail.
the whole body.
Well, I was just thinking, we could maybe have myself and Monty as guards, and the only one that we would need to try and work out what to do with the armor would be JL. I could be in full armor with shield. Monty's a metal MacGuffin.
He was kind of like, he's kind of like wanting to sit on top. If we do go by character, he's kind of wanting to sit on top of it or at the front, you know, kind of keeping an eye out as a lookout sort of thing rather than getting in the carriage.
I could be at the back, you know, whatever, guarding. And then the three of you, with Varo as a disguised self, as a theory, and I just won't eat. I'll just stand at a few paces back, like 10 feet back from Varo, with Monty forming a triangle, because Varo's the important one.
But you don't eat anyway.
He doesn't need to know that.
Yeah.
I'm sure an experienced merchant of his caliber would know that.
Well, I could have had something beforehand, like maybe a rusty bolt or something, and a turnip. I don't know.
The thing is,
But yeah.
do we have more of a clue over where his place is? Since we came here, I mean, we came here to get more clues, didn't we?
Yeah.
Do we? Honestly, he's offering to drive us there in a coach, but we came here to get more clues from the mother-in-law. Not sure.
Well, really, from Serena and her extended family.
Did we get those clues?
So Serena has told you that he has a place, and she also said that she would. She also said that she would draw you a map.
Yeah.
So let's wait till the
She would
morning.
give you directions, and what she does is she sketches it out on a piece of paper for you.
Yeah.
But what she does is it's lines, it's stick drawings and lines, and go this way, go that way, and you get to here eventually, kind of thing.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
She reckons it's a good. It's probably a good 6 to 8 hours of walking for her.
Okay.
We have to go. Does she think a carriage could get up there? It's not, impassable.
Yes. There are not. I mean, there's not roads all the way, but there are tracks and there are places where a carriage could go. It's highly likely that Zem has a carriage that takes him to his place. And he'll need to get, unless he's literally there on his own, which he probably isn't. I mean, she doesn't know the details of this, but she thinks that there are, that he has a standing retinue of guards and other people. Yeah. But he'd also have, he'd have cooks. He would have people who, run the household. And as a result of that, they would need to get gear in and out, food, things like that.
Yeah. I mean, what's our opinion on the guy? I mean, are we are we to the point where we're prepared to go full-on assault of his place? Or, we're between, like, pretty sketchy AF, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And mad evil genius intend on taking over the world or whatever, yeah? So...
I mean, considering Selena was associated with him, and she was pretty powerful. I mean, I took some beatings from her and the traps and protection she got in place. So I'm guessing this guy might be more powerful.
The thing about her is she runs. So essentially, your best guess is that she runs the trading business for him. That essentially he doesn't do a lot of that himself anymore. Maybe he did do, but he does a lot less of that now. And she runs that, and so she's a pretty powerful merchant. So she's quite skilled from that perspective. She's skilled at reading people, and she's skilled in those ways. But you also think that she's making maximum use of some magic. Now, you don't believe that because she has a lot of magical talent, but probably because she has a lot of magical gear to hand.
Okay, yeah. She launched the ice storm at us from a decent distance away.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've got the invitation to go in the front door. Other than that, we try to sneak in or we try to force our way in. Mm-hmm. Those seem to be our three options.
Mm-hmm.
What do we reckon? I mean, I must admit, I'm going to vote for going in the front door, but just going to wear my regular gear. I mean, he said dress appropriately. We're adventurers. This is appropriate.
Okay.
If you don't like it, we don't go.
Good for me.
I also think what you could do is 3 go in the coach in the front door, and 2 spy out.
Have a reserve.
Enter. Well, try basically scoping out and coming in from the back entrance, shall we say?
I think he probably knows how many of us there are.
As much as Dale's not keen on interacting with this guy face to face, he's also a merchant. So he might have a bit of that might be useful in the conversation.
Hey, I wonder if his surprise guest is your mum.
Oh no. It could be. I'm here to take you home. Oh no, 5 more minutes.
Get back in the pool. Get out of the pool.
We also have to remember our past history of being invited to the front door and then not going straight to the front door causes a little bit of a problem in the fields, in the graperies.
Yeah, let's see what the carriage is when it turns up.
I think
just to make a few things clear, if it's about 6 hours, given the time of the evening, you could probably yomp there, although it will be at night in the dark, in the very dark, and yomp back again, scope the place out a bit and yomp back again.
Why not?
That is an option. Okay? I'm just offering it to you as an option.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good way of spending the
time.
A bit of exercise before, encourage us to be hungry when we get there.
Yeah.
But then
the carriage is collecting
into would we have enough time to rest so that we are refreshed for the dinner appointment and for the carriage ride?
Right. So let me finish the whole bit because that's an excellent question. And the answer is no. So let me come back to that. So, assuming that you yomped there and yomped back again, and just scoped the place out for a little while, okay? That's so. Currently, it's about 6 o'clock in the evening. You can be back here by sort of 6-7 a.m. But that only gives you about 5 or 6 hours, which means you can't. Those of you who need 8 hours for a long rest, you could not have a long rest. Okay.
Well, that means Varo and myself then are going on the yomp.
Yeah, I mean, we could do it.
We don't need
But
that
you will
long.
be on your own.
Yes.
And this is not necessarily the most safe place at night.
Good point.
Okay. The other option is it'll take a couple of hours to get back to the lake, about an hour to get the ship out, and then about an hour to fly. But obviously, that's going to be a bit more obvious.
Yeah. I think there are other people around who are kind of interested in our ship that we maybe don't want to bring it out into the open right now.
That
I
could
am
also
offering it to
give
you
us.
as an option because. Sorry, Rob. Say again.
So I was just gonna say that even if we have an hour of flying over the top of where Zem's place is to see if we can see any weak spots, etc., etc. That will basically give us 9 hours to return Narasoa and get back, which then means that we all have enough time to have 8 hours of kip before the carriage comes up to take us away. Ha! With weird jackets that fasten at the back.
There are a number of options, and I wanted to make sure that you got all those options laid out, and you didn't feel like I was,
Yeah.
I sometimes when we describe these things, it's important that I remind you that there are a variety of options. You can take them, decide whatever you want to do. So you can stay as you are. You can go recce the place, but if you recce the place, then that comes potentially at cost, depending on which particular route you take, whether it's a small number of you or more of you that go. And you can recce with the ship or without. And all of those have pros and cons.
Yeah.
So it comes down to you deciding what to do.
I say we just take the coach.
Let's do it.
Take the coach, fully armed and armoured.
So you're not going to recce?
No, I think having a surprise would be quite novel. I just want to see whether or not Zem's got one of those stretched coaches, with like 12 wheels on it, with its own mini fridge.
All right, so we'll fast forward to that, unless there's anything else, which I don't think there is. So we're going to fast forward.
Long rest. Sorry.
Yes, you will have long rested, so you are all fully back up to health and so forth. Rob, you were suggesting that your character might want to do some particular prep.
Yeah,
so
do some spell changing maybe.
You decide what that looks like.
Yes. I was going to put this guy's self on, but after what was said, I don't think it's going to be the best thing. I can have purify food and drink, but I can also do that as a ritual. But I don't know. I don't think doing it as a ritual would be any benefit because it would be cold by the time we got to eat it. So the only spell I think that I would actually swap out would be Fly. And Tash's Cauldron of Everything is an allowed source book, isn't it?
What?
For spells, because that's where I got the Artificer from in 5e.
I was going to say, isn't that where your Artificers defined?
So,
that's the version of the Artificer you're using, isn't it? Artificer or Artificer?
Artificer. So I can swap out Fly for Intellect Fortress. There's no material components needed. It's literally just verbal. For duration, you or one willing creature you can see within range has resistance to psychic damage, as well as advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws. That could be handy for
very
Lovlaw.
useful if he's. Yeah. Well, the thing is, we know that he has used mind control. With that helmet thing in the past,
which would go against either wisdom or intelligence. So I can get that prepared if you want instead of taking Fly. Everything else is haste and something else. And the barrages and stuff, which I can't swap out because it's artificer-facing spells rather than general. So I can do that without shadow of a doubt. So I'll change that in the morning.
What, sorry?
I'll swap out Fly for Intellect Fortress.
Okay.
Revivify.
Point at which you're falling off the mountain. You really wish you had Fly.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
But I could always just cast Intellect Fortress on myself to protect my mind from the falling damage. I mean, my body's going to be screwed up. Actually, it won't because I don't have any bones. I wonder what would happen. I'll save that for later.
Falling damage for you is exactly the same as falling damage for anyone else.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, does my splat get bigger because I've got no bones?
No, but it's funnier.
It's like a huge splat instead of a normal splat.
Noise. Whilst killing him.
Just a deadly but funny.
Yeah, I think I'll just swap out Fly for Intellect Fortress because I think that's what we might need as a Hail Mary.
You mean it's perfectly acceptable to point and laugh when
a plasmoid falls to his death?
Plasmoid dies.
Is it like like a water balloon hitting the ground?
Yeah.
Can't use that. Right, okay. I think I'm done.
Okay, excellent. So,
excellent.
The allotted time comes, and you ready yourselves, and up the street comes not a closed carriage, as you feared, but a landau, an open carriage with 2 bench seats, plenty of room for all of you, being driven by a uniformed driver. I say uniformed, neatly attired in dark but sober colours. Interesting. An elf. He steps down from the carriage and comes towards the door. Are you waiting outside or inside?
Outside. Once he turns up.
Varo Dawnkind.
At your service, sir.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Sir, and your companions. Now, let me check here. Just let me make sure that I have it. Madam, you would be JL. And he bows.
Hello.
And gentleman here, Lovlaw. Madam, you would be the monk.
What gives me away?
Forgive me, Megan. Madam, and I'm very pleased to meet you as well. And he deliberately doesn't. You notice that he deliberately doesn't use a pronoun when he turns to Shaggy. Shagruis. Please. And he indicates. He comes over and he opens a little door on the side of the carriage and folds down the steps.
Who are you?
Back as you climb in.
Driver, what's your name?
I am your carriage driver. I work for Zem.
You don't have a name? We've encountered people who don't have names before.
No, I am not nameless. It's just that the master prefers that we remain anonymous as much as possible. And then he leans over. I'm Carr.
Nice to meet you.
Hang on, let me get this straight. We're going in a carriage that's being driven by a car.
By a car, yes. Yeah.
I was
AR in this particular case.
Yeah.
Is there a double seat up by the driver, John? If so, I'm just going to go climb up to be sitting up there.
Okay, you go and sit up there, and he walks around to the front. Sir, if you wouldn't mind, you would be far more comfortable in the rear.
I sort of glance up and down at the length of me and look at the. I guess so. I'll get down and go get inside. I'm not going to cause a problem.
Okay. The look that he gives you is not about the fact that he's going to drive off a cliff or something like that. The look that he gives you is like it's like he doesn't really know who you are. He knows very little, and he's like, my job is driving. Please don't get in my way.
Yeah.
He's got that look on his face of look, I'm responsible for this team of horses. It's a long way. You've got quite a few hours. You're going to have to take a short break during that as well, where he's going to need to sort of water the horses and just, have a short 10-minute break in the middle of it, because it's a long old way for this carriage. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah. He didn't seem too upset with our outfits.
No, he has no expectations in that regard. He's been told to come and fetch you. The demeanour that he gives off is that he's just here to do a job, which is to collect you. He's polite. He seems very much on the level. None of you can detect any subterfuge from him. And he appears to be an elf. And you know that Zem is human. So he ain't Zem. That's not to say he's not capable,
Yeah.
He's armed.
You worked for them long?
Many years. I mean, you can ask him questions on and off if you want, because it's going to be a long journey. right? And all of you are alert and concerned and paying attention because you're concerned that, you're being set up for some kind of ambush or otherwise. Your initial idea was that there was going to be something in the carriage to gas you or otherwise. Now your concern is that there's going to be a bunch of archers as you ride down a gully or something like that. So you're all very much on edge and paying attention. There's no relaxing and watching the scenery go past. All of you for the next 3 hours. And you stop in a small village, and he invites you to take a break. There is an ale house, and you can get a drink and have a short break. And he basically waters the horses, and he just gives them a sort of 15-20 minute break in the middle of the journey, and then you continue.
JL is sketching the route and any points of interest on a separate piece of paper to the map when she thinks he's not paying attention to what she's doing.
What's interesting is that this is pretty much exactly the route that you were given.
Yeah.
Or it seems to be sticking pretty much exactly to that route. So you think
expand on it slightly.
The same way, yeah. Now, after that village, you don't see any sign of civilization. So very, very quickly you're running out into territory where previously, you were seeing fields, you were seeing the occasional sort of mine workings, just kind of off the road and up the hills and the sides of the mountains, etc. But now you get to this point, you're starting to see nothing. There's no signs of life. I mean, there's signs of life. There's trees and plants and patches of grass and things like that. But there isn't any sign of folks inhabiting this area. So you seem to be very much getting out into the wilderness at this point. And on you go. And on you go. And on you go. As the carriage rounds a corner, the narrow canyon walls that have been your companion for the last 20 minutes or so widen out into a more open space. To your left, a small fortress has been carved into the rock face. From your position on the canyon floor, you can see a rock ramp that leads up to 2 doors on the side. And you realise that is where the carriage is going. In multiple places on the carved building face are narrow black openings, almost certainly leading to the interior. You cannot shake the feeling that you are being watched.
Well, the carriage might have been the easiest way to get in this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could definitely have walked down here, but yeah. So I just want to give you the impression of the shape here on this map, which hopefully you can see. There's these 2 sticking out. There's these 2 towers actually carved into the rock, and there's a door, and there's another door here, and here.
Yeah, I can't.
You see this?
Sorry, I had to zoom out before, but you were yeah.
It is quite.
Can you?
Yeah. Now I
zoomed out.
Yeah, once I got all the way out, I was way zoomed in.
So this is where the face of the thing is, and there's like these 2 towers, and these go all the way up the rock face to the top, and you can see that it's this kind of granulated wall around the top, and in this area here where the doors are above that, you see that there's a section where the top of the wall is.
Yeah. Simple merchant, my finely toned elvish ass.
This is, I mean, it's not the biggest place you've ever seen, and you suspect that it's that Zem has come to this as a secondary, owner. You don't think he has this carved out for him.
So we're saying it's a little on the large side, and it wasn't quite what he was looking for. He was looking for something more on one level, but it was a great deal, and he just couldn't resist. It's a bit of a fixer-upper.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
a few
a bit on some work, but
a few soft throws. A bit of plush furnishing. It'll warm up to it.
Properly fix up the torture rooms.
Maybe
oil,
turn the torture rooms into like a bubble pit or something like that.
Nice.
Some steps going down into a lovely pool, an indoor pool here. Yeah, well, it was the torture place, but
That's it.
It was where the gladiators were torn apart by lions, but
yeah.
Okay.
But now it's a lovely little spa. Yeah.
I'm going to just add you. If you just like to hold on a moment.
That we shall.
So tell me, do you have Monty with you?
Yes.
Okay.
At the last pit stop, John, I changed into my not formal dress. What is it called on here? In my inventory. Yeah, whatever it is. More formal dress, because it really doesn't matter. I'll just carry everything. It's just a different set of clothes, but clothes fine. So I'll slap those on, strap the great axe straps across the back. May look a little bit out of place, but trying to humor our host.
Okay. All right. So this door opens, and you see what you assume to be probably a housekeeper. Similarly simple clothing. A dwarf woman is stood, and she smiles and nods and beckons towards you as you climb down out of the carriage. This way, please. The master will be with you shortly. Let me get you some refreshments.
You have sandwiches.
Know what they say about
No, but I do have some canapes that I could serve.
That sounds good. Last time we nearly had sandwiches, somebody tried to kill us.
So you're led into a small side room. Here. I really need to do a better job of this. There we go. Let's just do that so it's a bit clearer. Still what's going on. And there are some chairs, some comfortable chairs for you to sit on. And you're brought some hot towels and some drinks, and a tray of canapes is placed on a small table.
Varo's going to pretend to drink, but he's not going to drink anything.
Right. It's wine, mead,
he'll take a drink, but
Okay. I mean, the wine is brought in and the bottle is opened in front of you. But that doesn't mean anything. Is there a reason why other people are not in there, or?
Ah, that's why.
No, I just wanted to make sure if there was, then that's fine.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So what you take to be another servant comes through. This time, a rather sort of chunky-looking halfling, bringing you drinks and food. I mean, staffing alone, Zim must be doing all right.
It's very equal opportunity.
Okay. All right, so you just sit for a little while and essentially you just rest from the journey. Gather yourselves and look around. There is very little to decide upon here. These it's this whole thing has been carved out of the rock. It's well finished, but it is very simple and very plain. This room has some extremely nice soft furnishings that you're sitting on and a big rug on the floor. But aside from that, there are no accoutrements. There are no wall hangings. It's really quite simple, quite Spartan in here. If it wasn't for the decent quality trays that the food is being served on and the fine quality crystal glasses and the decent furniture, it would be sparse. You get the distinct impression that some of this furniture has been moved in here. That normally there is not a rug on the floor, and given the fact that two of the chairs don't match the rest, you get the distinct impression that probably they are the two chairs that do live in here. For whatever this room is used for, probably taking boots on and off and coming in from having been outside. But beyond that, you think that this is probably not a room that normally has this many chairs. So it looks like it's been set up specifically to give you extra space. Okay.
Not quite the receiving room.
You wouldn't think he gets that many visitors.
Yeah.
That's the distinct impression that you get. Okay, so then you are ushered through into the dining room and asked to take your seat. Okay, so I'm going to open up the dining room. Just give me a moment while I fiddle with the map. Okay. I'll make the table. Oh dear, the table suddenly became huge. Okay. All right. There are just pop yourself in the room essentially, and after a few minutes, Zem comes into the room, followed by a figure that you recognise immediately, and he sees you and he nods in your direction and he gives you a head turn to just say, chill out kind of thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He nods in your direction, but he's like, you can see that there's an immediate look on his face. It's like, okay, just chill out. Don't worry about it. Be chill.
Okay.
Friends, welcome. So, this is Zen culture. You finally meet.
Finally put a face to the name.
He's tall. Yeah, I mean that's a token I could find that works well enough, as it were.
He looks like something from Mad Max.
Rather than relying on that particular token, which doesn't really tell you very much. It's literally just. It's not even a very good representation. It was the best I could find in a.
I'm not even sure it's a man, but okay.
I wanted somebody with
pretty,
very short cropped hair, and that was the best I could find.
Yeah.
Did you find him out of the
slender,
cave pot?
With those lips, it's a woman.
Okay. Tall, slender, and gaunt. Zem is a human who you realise is around 35 years of age, but he has a face that just looks much older. He's dressed immaculately in finely tailored clothes, in sober colours that lack any ostentation. His dark hair is cropped closely to his head, and he sports a perfectly trimmed black beard. But it's his eyes that draw you. They blaze with a dark malevolence that is hard to ignore. He moves like a snake, head cocked, sniffing the air. Please. Be seated. Dinner will be served shortly. I trust your journey was not too taxing. Those of you who do not know, may I introduce you to my house guest, Calric Sunwish. Varo Dawnkind, I believe that you have met.
Yes, we work in very similar circles.
I do hope so. Friends, I understand that you may have got the wrong impression of me, that you may have received information about me that is not valid. So let me assure you, I have a business proposition for you. We shall leave that until we have eaten and drunk together and have enjoyed one another's company. Should you be bursting with any questions, please ask them.
I see facilities because I'm bursting.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I see facilities because I'm bursting.
I didn't get that again.
No, sorry.
Where's your loo? I'm bursting.
Oh, Mike, where's the Danny?
It's been a bit. It was a long journey. I could do with just,
Yes, there is a. There is a small side room with a garderobe.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, pretty much in there. That'll do. Yes, I'm assuming by this time that they provide facilities.
Thaumaturgy.
and it sounds like, well, it's not like that. And also, it sounds like someone else knows how to play the trumpet as well. Okay, so I'm going to assume that the reason why Megan is over in the corner of the room is just because you haven't moved the token and that you're all sat around the table. If there is any correction to that, then let me know.
That's fine.
Where's Monty?
Just haven't moved the token.
Right, just there.
Monty is kind of exactly where he is on the map. He's.
Okay.
I've put him in that position so that he can guard Varo, but not make it obvious that he's guarding Varo.
Okay.
So it looks like he's actually guarding me.
So Monty comes into the room, and he essentially gets to just past the door to here.
Yeah.
And he stops moving. He just stops.
That's interesting.
He powered down.
Sorry, Pete, are we keeping you up?
Sorry.
Old man now, retired, aren't you?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Okay. So that's the first indication for you, Rob. So this is the first indication for Shaggy that something isn't quite right.
Yeah.
So what's the problem? Have you lost the connection to Monty?
Do you tell people, or I mean, people won't necessarily notice?
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, good point. Yeah. Okay.
No, I notice that he's not moved where I've asked him to.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm going to leave it for the time being. I'm going to. What I will try and do though is to see if Lovlaw or Megan is paying attention. No, I can't do that.
So I have a question, which is, I mean, obviously Varo doesn't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. So, but because he's wearing his scarf of protection, which obviously buffs his armor class and his saving throws, does he notice? I mean, if it has stopped working, does he notice if it's stopped working?
The answer is would
you
notice? And I think the answer to that is no, he wouldn't.
Okay.
Because it's not actively. It's just a scarf right now.
It's passive. Yeah. No, I do.
So I don't think he would notice at this point. No.
She set the drug to be acid, but she doesn't know it's not working until she tries to pour it.
Yeah.
Like the one time you need a plasmoid to have those googly bloody eyes, so that you could just like make eye contact with someone. I was going to see if I could get Megan or Lovlaw to make eye contact and go, but he's got no eyes. He can't.
You've got.
So I think the only thing that I can do is literally. Within a couple of minutes after Monty's kind of not moved and Zem's saying whatever, or whoever's, I'm just going to create a little pseudopod out of something. Could just poke Varo.
You can just elbow Varo and
yeah. I don't want to make it obvious, so my arms are up on the table and what have you, and doing whatever. But I just want to have a.
You can just poke him.
Okay, I'll just poke him, and then I'll point to Monty, because Varo would know, because we discussed it, that Monty would be guarding him. because he was the primary guest. And
okay,
so I think that's kind of fair.
So I think the key is that if you are carrying any, let's metagame this, right? If you're carrying any magic item that you are attuned to, that you are obviously attuned to, and gives you some kind of constant, is some kind of constant feedback type thing, you would notice. But if you've got a magic weapon, or if you've got, like your scarf of protection or those kind of things, you wouldn't necessarily recognise this. But it will slowly dawn on you that there is an anti-magic field in this room.
Okay.
That you're all within. Yeah. You're not entirely sure whether that anti-magic field extends all the way to the end of the room, but even if it doesn't, you're in an anti-magic field. And so any spells cast you won't work because you're in an anti-magic field.
Right? I know, but crossbow quarrels from the 50 guards around the room would work nicely.
So this is the other thing, right? It is absolutely obvious to you as a group at this point that Zem is comfortable in believing that he is safe, and that suggests that he has sufficient resources, whether in himself or beyond that, and probably both, that he does not need to concern himself with you as a group. As in, he doesn't need to be fearful of you. He still needs to be concerned about you as a group, but he doesn't need to fear you, as in he doesn't need to worry that you are going to, do him immediate mortal harm. It's not necessarily that he's got the upper hand, but certainly he's not worried that you're going to jump up and down, wail on him. Okay,
Anthony, you had your hand up.
I did, but I took it down. I'm okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I second guessed what I was thinking about doing, so all good.
Just check to make sure.
Yep.
Look, all right. You got a second beer, so that's good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you thinking about burying your axe in Zem Kalchar's head?
There was. That did happen, but no. Yeah. I'm very curious to see what his proposal is.
Yeah. So, Varo, he says to Zem, he says, "So I'm curious to see, as a man of a merchant of many worlds. What do you think of the House Periga's latest maneuvers?"
Okay, that is an excellent question there, Pete. And what I would like you to do is I would like you to make an insight check as he answers.
Solid.
It's hard to read his answer, unfortunately.
It's hard to read him, but obviously I can understand what he actually says.
Yes, you can understand what he says, but you struggle to read his.
Yeah, I can't tell I can't tell what he's thinking about it.
Yeah, you struggle to read between the lines. You struggle to.
Yeah, no.
Normally, you're quite good at reading kind of body language and those sorts of things.
Yeah.
And on this particular occasion, you're not as clued up about it. I suspect that there might be somebody else at the table who is perhaps better at reading this, and she might want to make a roll.
Yeah, anyone else could make an insight check. Everyone else is there. And
but I think we need to be careful, or we throw it open to group rolls, and then Lovlaw rolls and gets -5 or something.
Well, the thing is, no, but the point is, we can't talk amongst ourselves. You know, if someone else realizes, they could give you a conversational gambit or whatever.
Yes, exactly. That's the difference, I suppose. That's the point, right?
It opens it up. It opens it up to more conversation.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Everybody can make their own roll, but it's individual. So you have to decide how to respond individually. Rob, do we need a break?
No. I was just checking for something and I found it because I thought that the Steel Defender wasn't actually magical, but it says on the repair section that due to its magical mechanisms, so that puts that to bed. I'm happy with that. I'm going to try.
It's not magic. How does it work then?
Well, I thought it was like a wind-up robot without the wind-up mechanism. It's just constantly going.
What we've got is a very tiny difference engine that we've built inside.
You know, but no, I mean,
what I have to do is get a separate card.
Well, I don't think it's
and make holes in them when I'm providing instructions.
Really small, really small cogs.
Descriptions. You know when you get the big descriptions for things. It doesn't mention it being magical. It's actually under one of the spells that it can do.
It does mention that it's magical because it's type construct.
It's a construct, yeah. All constructs are magical, I believe.
Apart from that
yes, it's magical.
So I don't know whether this is going to work or not. I see Varo is trying to work out something. So I'm just going to offer him a +5 with Flash of Genius. I take it just fizzles. Okay.
Flash of Genius is a magical ability.
Yes. So I thought it would, but I just needed to confirm. So it also affects us, not just Monty. Right, okay.
So let's get Zem's response to Varo's question.
JL's got something to say.
Oh, wait for them response first, and then she'll follow.
I don't know what it is. I don't know whether anybody else is having the same problem with you tonight, Martin. But your microphone is really softening out. It's like cutting off the top and bottom of your dynamic range. It's like squishing the dynamic range in the middle. I was doing that for everyone else.
Weird.
I'll translate for him. It's because he comes from the Dales, you see.
Dales?
He said, "I'll wait until Kel."
You're Yorkie, aren't you?
Well, I live in Yorkshire. I'm not from Yorkshire.
Where are you from? I got to ask the cat question. Let's say don't sound from Yorkshire.
England.
Pardon?
England.
King's Lynn. You're a fen tiger.
Yeah.
All right, boy. I'd stick to that one. Fen tiger.
Nice.
All right, boy.
Oh, that could be handy, actually. Because the bag of holding won't work.
The bag of holding works in that the pocket dimension is still a pocket dimension, but the magic to open it is suppressed. So your stuff is still fine.
Yeah.
I get it.
We just can't get anything out.
Can't get anything out.
The bag of holding doesn't suddenly go bleh.
That'd be so cool.
The worst anti-magic field in the world. You sneak in somewhere, you walk past an anti-magic field, and suddenly there's this enormous kind of noise, and you're surrounded by all the crap that's stored in your bag of holding.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you stand there and you scratch your head and you go, "Oh, that's where that went. Damn it."
How much fluff have we got? Yeah. So it just looks like a normal bag. So if you open it up, it literally is just like a normal leather bag.
Yeah. With nothing
empty,
in it.
of course. Yeah. So he looks at you and you can see that he's considering his answer. I'm concerned. Deeply deeply concerned about my business interests and the impact that this might have. After all, as somebody, rightly as you say, who does business far and wide, but primarily from my warehouse,
That place.
flow of goods to and from, if they are affected by the actions of Periga, he will cause me some pain. This concerns me. Okay, JL.
Quick question, actually. Quick question. Do I recall, as I flew over the city, whether Zeb Kalchar's warehouse was still intact?
You don't recall, but you didn't really get a good look at that area, simply because there were areas kind of closer to, but further back and across, you didn't really. You certainly, it didn't look like, it didn't look like that section of the city was on fire.
Okay, right.
And there was only one building that had a jammer run into it, but there were a few buildings on fire because there was a fight kind of down by the waterfront. But beyond that, most of the city looked intact. Unless their decision was to burn the whole lot. But if they were going to do that, you think they'd just, fly overhead and drop firebombs.
Yeah. So are we doing the individual insight checks?
Yeah, JL was going to say something.
JL. First.
Well, a few people were saying that you may have already taken steps to secure your interests by one of the rumors that we heard was that you've come into league with them, or you've come to some kind of arrangement. I mean, quite a little disturbing, but then people have, you're an individual of mysterious mystery. So yeah, what would you say to that?
It's a high-profile merchant. Often whispers, rumors, falsehoods spread about me. These things do not concern me. The actions of Periga are far beyond anything I can control. They are their actions. I wish they were not taking them. It inconveniences me. It jeopardizes parts of my business. But I have no hand in it. Okay. Does anybody else want to make an insight check?
Yeah, she wants to do an insight on that.
Oh, yeah. Anybody else can do that too. Anybody want to roll the dice, they are more welcome to.
I get advantage on this. To do with favourite terrain. I'll find it. How's it gone?
You are in your favourite terrain. So if there's any bonuses to that, then
I think my bonus proficiency bonus is doubled on wisdom and insight checks. I think I'm just trying to find it.
That's plus 12 then.
Yeah.
So that would be 24. Okay.
I'm trying to find it. Can't find it, right?
Right, add a whisper to somebody.
Yeah.
/W.
The Mr. Double Proficiency skills and making a wisdom check related to it. Okay, there we go. Yeah.
After you adjudicate his roll, John.
Plus another 620.
Why do you roll it again?
I don't get advantage, I just get double proficiency bonus.
Because the first one was Megan's.
Yeah.
Yes.
My apologies, Christine. let's come back to you in a moment. So it's 8 plus 12, which is 20, and 12 plus 6, which is 18. Okay. So, Megan. He's doing an excellent job of hiding it, but you can see that he's uncomfortable with this line of questioning. So the first question that Varo asks, he's uncomfortable with. You just see that he is. Okay. JL.
Yep.
It's your question that you focus in on. And you think he's telling the truth in that he does not, he's not involved with Periga at all. But you sense this underlying fear, which is not something you expected.
Mm.
As if he's fearful of actually what Periga are up to, in a way that you really didn't expect. In fact, it's slightly, it kind of makes you sit back in your chair and wonder.
Yeah.
It's obvious to you, because you know how these things work, that although that will probably be his primary place of business, it's not the only place he's doing business. When you look at this fortress and the the booty that he's got here, he's almost certainly got stuff stashed elsewhere, and he's got the ability to trade across across star systems and across Wildspace. So if he's doing that, he's got connections. So it would be a pain to lose the warehouse, but it wouldn't be terrible. There's something more to it. It's not just about the warehouse. There's something deeper, and you can't tell what it is. Okay. Anthony.
Right as he comes to an end of his sentence, into the awkward silence, it just starts there, is where you can hear Lovlaw attempting to whisper to the guy next to him. I just lost his name. Kelric.
Mm-hmm.
Are you here of your own free will? And everyone at the table hears it.
Yeah, Zem doesn't actually move. His eyes just swivel and look at Kelric. And Kelric just smiles slowly and raises an eyebrow at the rest of you. He turns to Lovlaw. Well, that's a complex question.
Mm. Oh, then you better tell it to Varo. I'm not a complex guy.
I think you've got hidden depths, Lovlaw. I think so.
What you see is what you get with Lovlaw.
Like an onion.
The more you peel him, the more you cry.
Yeah.
Kelric actually breaks out laughing, and he says, wish I had my notebook. I'd write that down.
I'll give you a copy. Here you go.
I was thinking along the lines of, the more you peel it, the more you realise it's just onion. all the way through, it's just more onion.
What you see is what you get. Yeah, exactly. My friend, I'll answer your question honestly and fairly, and Zem sort of looks at him. That really depends on you. But I get ahead of myself. And, ahead of our host. We should enjoy this food while it's hot. By the way, both Kelric and Zem are eating and drinking from the same set of foods. Right. Is everybody else joining in? Is anybody not joining in? I know Varo was like, nah.
Looking for the ultimate gear to show off your style? Check out our brand new merchandise store, From premium t-shirts and hoodies featuring custom artwork to high-quality mugs and apparel for the entire family, including the kids, we've got something for everyone.
Grab yours today and gear up. Tap the link to shop the collection now.
He spent months taking small quantities of iocane powder. Just
Exactly.
they're going,
Tasteless, odorless. Yeah.
we've not even started.
JL tried to put a little bit of mayonnaise on something, and it realizes it doesn't work.
Rob.
I'm not going to eat because I don't think it's really polite to do that in such fancy company. But what I am going to do is I'm going to internally move my sensory parts around. To have a look and see if I can spot where the anti-magic item is, because it must be somewhere. And I'm thinking it's not going to be in this room, but there might be something that just looks a little bit out of place, like up in the ceiling rafters, if there are any. And stuff like that. So, I'm thinking it's going to be in a different room because it's going to have a huge area of effect, I'm thinking.
So you need to make a perception check for me. And it needs to be very, very high or very, very low.
Okay. So this is
do the very low.
Why do I have the advantage? It's because perception. Right, so I'm going to have to roll that at normal. And you said it was control, didn't you? And right click. Flat one die. There you go.
12.
So okay. 12.
12. Why would you get advantage on perception checks?
Because of my shield. But my shield is magical, it doesn't work.
Yes. Which does
so
not
it's got to be
work.
flat.
So that tips you off as definitely an anti-magic field. Yep. No question.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm kind of internally, I'm sweating because I am no use to anyone. I can't cast a spell. I can't shoot. I can't use my sword because everything reverts back to base stat. And because it's not magical, can't use my intelligence modifier for attacks. So it goes straight back to dexterity and strength.
And also you can't use your crossbow because you already told me it doesn't have a string.
No, it doesn't have a string because it's infused. It's magical.
Yeah.
Do exactly that.
I think it does when it goes back to being normal. I think that's fine.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like sat there going, I hope something doesn't kick off.
You are convinced for a period of time. You're convinced that there's a chandelier, a kind of circular chandelier hanging from the ceiling. It's basically held up with a chain, which has got a bunch of they're kind of like mini lanterns all the way around it, which is providing the most of the light in this room. Although there is also candles on the table, and you examine things like the candles on the table and a few other things. And for a period of time, you think it must be kind of in that light fitting somewhere, and you absolutely obsess over it for a period of time because it's kind of like the right position and size, and whatever. But in the end, you don't see anything obvious. I mean, unless it's the whole thing, you just don't see anything.
Yeah.
It just It's just not. It's not. There's not an obvious answer that you can come up with. You're stumped. Okay. So, any further questions you want to get into? Does anybody want to ask any more questions? Probe at things? JL, do you want to probe a few more things? Zem has talked about his business interests.
Oh, okay. She'll have to like, well, merchant to merchant. What's your primary? What's your main? What's the main thing you deal in? What's the hot kind of like hot potato? Yeah, exactly. At the moment, what's selling well? What's moving well for you?
I have only one line of business, and that is magic items and magical supplies, where they are rare and of high value. Certainly where I can get good supply, ideal in potions. Valuable where possible.
High end rather than low volume, high end stuff.
Yes, and where possible, ideal in rare, hard to acquire magical items.
I suppose a part of your business would be knowing things about many places.
He looks at you, Lovlaw, and he fixes you with a stare. It's good to understand the territory in which you do business.
Do you have business on Salon?
Rarely. I tend to do business at a distance. The Sultan of Long Shadows is a complex character. I prefer not to get dragged into the affairs of such people. It's better for my own health. He tries to smile as if he's, faking it. In fact, his entire facial movements are constantly off. He just, as a person, he seems stiff. Parts of him don't seem to move quite right.
What's the most interesting thing you've come across lately, then? What exciting things have you found? What have you traded recently? Acquired?
What an excellent question. I was able to secure for a private collector a deck of many things.
Ooh.
A dangerous and unhinged item.
Did you use it?
I kept it firmly in its box.
Not sure I could. I'd wonder want to draw a card.
Yeah.
I kept it locked up so that my staff could not test it. After I had it authenticated, of course. Did that myself.
Bigger question. What do you have? What do you want? What's the next thing on your list to get? What are you looking for?
I have many requests from customers. Many. But the day-to-day business is less important to me right now. I have been engaged in study and acquisition of some special items. We shall talk of these things after dinner.
John, what is the food, just for my color?
So the starters were a absolutely phenomenal quail's egg salad, served with freshly baked bread. And now you are on to the main part of the feast, which is a series of roast meats. There is a large bird, you're not sure of the exact type. You don't think it's a turkey, you think it's probably a goose. So whoever caught that needs danger money. Then you've got a haunch of beef, and some pork as well, which has been beautifully roasted with the skin on top, all like literally perfectly crispy. And then some trays of vegetables that have been roasted alongside. So mostly root vegetables. And then
my compliments.
There will be something to finish.
My compliments to your chef.
Yes. The food is exquisite.
That it is.
I think I consider myself fortunate. He tears off another piece of meat, stuffs it in his face, and chews on it noisily. Isn't very good manners. In fact, it's pretty appalling. Kelric, I mean, to be honest, Lovlaw, you're a soldier, like a grunt, right? And you have better manners than this guy.
JL is giving him a slightly disapproving look. He does this.
Sat there at the table going, oh.
Yeah. I mean, she is sitting at the end, looking straight across at him, going,
yeah. I mean, you've drilled them all, JL.
Oh yeah.
You know, for months and months and months, you've taught them how to properly. I mean, the only one who really was just like, you know, had the same sort of dainty etiquette was Varo, but the rest of them were all, you know, polite and decent. They chewed with their mouths closed and whatever. Lovelaw did have a bit of a tendency not to use knives and forks because that's what he was kind of used to. But you convinced him otherwise and got him using cutlery and using it correctly and laying it out properly. And in all that time, you've all developed this, you know, solid. You know how to comport yourselves. I mean, when you're on the trail, it's a completely different thing. But when you are in a setting like this, you know how to act. Because you've taught everybody, JL, and everyone's internalised that, and it's not a problem. Or those who needed to have internalised it, it's not a problem. But this guy's just a peasant. It really is. No manners at all. I mean, even Kelric sometimes raises his eyebrows a little bit. He's obviously being very cautious, but he's. You know.
He just get the jug. Who walked towards Megan and taps it and then shrugs her shoulders slightly and was like, with a slightly disappointed face. Although she had set it to poison, so she's actually okay it doesn't come out.
Megan just looks at her puzzled and shrugs her shoulders.
John, can I make an insight check to see if this is affected? Is he trying to, on purpose, do this, make us uncomfortable, or to imply something about himself?
Excellent question. Let's have an insight check. Yeah.
Nah, I mean, it is what it is for me.
No, you don't think so. You think this is just it. If it was affected, it would be too much like hard work. So you think this is just who he is. He's just a bit of a peasant
who's done. Yeah.
Money doesn't buy you class. Remember.
Yeah.
Rob.
So Shaggy puts his hands up and sort of like waves to Zen. There he goes. You can tell that Shaggy's been thinking about this for a little while. And he goes, as a purveyor of magic items, because I do have an interest in magic items, would I be able to see your staff that could pilfer your deck of many things. I would love to see how it's made. I've never come across a staff that can actually swipe things.
I just shake my head.
Sorry, I don't understand the question. I don't know how to answer it because I don't understand the question.
Staff.
He's making
staff.
a play on words. He's feigning ignorance.
The people who work for him.
Yes.
Yes.
And he's making it sound like it's magic.
Like
staff.
it's a magic staff that can steal something.
You're making a joke, as it were.
Yeah, but I was deeply thinking about it for some time whilst after he said it, and basically I'm trying to gauge whether or not he's that mundane, like with his thinking, like he is with his eating, or whether he'll catch on and what the retribution would be, whether he would laugh or whether he would kick me out for such a bad joke.
He looks at you. He looks at your companions around the table. He shifts his head over and he... Stuff.
You should hear his jokes about rods.
My rod jokes are quite good. Sorry. So you didn't mean like as in people who work for you. So you didn't mean like, and I do a staff kind of imitation with my hands rather than people that work for you. So you actually meant the people that work for you. Right, gotcha. Is that a problem for you? Employees with sticky fingers?
Never has been.
Oh, you're lucky.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, he just... His response seems to be that he can't work out whether you think you're a comedian or you are actually genuinely a buffoon. He's looking at you and he can't work that out. And he's looking at the rest of the people at the table. And you can see he's calculating something based on this. In fact, if anything, there's probably a slight kind of a slight reticence. He seems comfortable with everybody else at the table being who they are, but he's not sure about you. He's just like, and it seems to be genuinely. It seems to be about trust. Whether he can trust you with something, which is an odd feeling. Okay, the servants.
Sorry. Quick
question.
So, I may be reading too much into this, but Varo's sitting there looking at him, and he's been studying him quite carefully for this whole thing. Something's just doesn't add up. His behaviour, the way he talks, the way he looks, the way he eats, all of it doesn't seem like the behaviour you would get from a polished merchant. I mean, he seems to exude malevolence, which would be fatal for any kind of merchant wanting to pull off deals. So Varo is wondering, has he been possessed or something? Is there something that is controlling him? And this is not Zem Kelchar, the original. So I'm wondering if I can make a check or something.
It's a very interesting question, isn't it?
To see.
I've been wondering.
That's a very interesting question. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the high trust stuff. We'll do it the high trust way. Okay. as you sit there and you're puzzling this over in your head, there is something. You're definitely right. There is something about his behaviour. You could not right now as he is. You don't believe that you could put him in front of anyone and succeed at doing business deals. That was not the case with his second in command. There was no question that that smacks to you of, is that why she's running the business? That's why he hasn't been seen in town for a while. That's definitely the case. You could not put this guy in front of people. He's almost feral in terms of his behaviour. However, there is still he's still clearly and obviously extremely intelligent. Everything he says and the conversation and the way that he guides the conversations and the way that he acts, it's not like he's, it's not like he's a a baboon that's been, hit with a polymorph spell or something. It's not like that, right?
No. I mean, this is what I'm thinking. Possibly some other planar, highly intelligent.
That's an interesting theory. So what we're going to do is we're going to get you to make. I think it should probably be Arcana.
Okay. Arcana.
But I'm going to get you. It's going to be a tough roll. Okay. It's going to be a DC of 18, but you're going to make it an advantage because you've spotted the problem. Okay?
Okay. Right.
Actually, I've got two things to offer you.
Yeah.
One at a lower difficulty level, which I'm not going to tell you, and one at 18.
Right. Advantage. Here we go. Not my best.
Ooh, very nice.
20
plus 3 is a 20. Okay.
That's nice.
That's better than an 18, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you're sitting there and you're working it out, and your initial thought is that is he possessed by something? And you're becoming more and more convinced that this is the case as you go along. As dinner continues, you pick up more and more of these hints. But then suddenly you realise that you are being what you've done is you've taken a series of things and you've run them through your confirmation bias, because that was your initial idea. Everything is pointed in that direction. And then suddenly the scales fall from your eyes and you realise that you've seen or you've heard of people on this journey. And you think that he is en route to becoming a lich. He's not there yet.
Interesting.
But that's what he's doing.
He needs to kill 5 adventurers and he's done.
Yeah, exactly.
He's young, and yet he looks much older.
Yeah.
His mannerisms speak to muscles and tendons that are making him creak and move in odd ways. His eating is feral, debased. And you think that there's no way he was like that. An absolute starving peasant probably wouldn't be as casually gross as he is in the way that he eats, because he's stuffing things in his face. There's an animalistic air or an almost sort of ghoulish air to the way that he's acting. His skin, everything about him, and those eyes. You think he's seeking to become a lich.
Very interesting. Okay.
He doesn't seem to be taking much pleasure in the food either. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Now you see it. So, now you've eaten. I have a proposition for you. Ulrich here has been my house guest for a while. I suspect Kelric would like to. I suspect Megan would like to wear skirts, but doesn't.
Never.
I suspect Kelric would like to get out into the sun, to warm his bones. But alas, that presents me with a dilemma. You see, I was hoping that Kelric would solve a puzzle for me, and in doing so, give me access to something that I seek. A magic item, in fact. That is next on my roster of things. To sell, of course. To trade, in fact. And the object in question lies in a tomb. A few days from here. I have excavated the entrance to the tomb, but it has defeated everything I have thrown at it. Because the locks on the door and the things inside require knowledge of music. Musical skill that I do not possess. And this is where Kelric came in. Alas, Kelric and I had some disagreements about ways forward. And then, Varo Dawnkind, I discovered that you, so a skilled musician, were here. And so, I offer you a simple trade. Retrieve me the object, and Kelric is free to join you and your companions as you leave this place. Think it over, won't you?
What does Kelric's face say?
Kelric is quite neutral at the moment. Kelric, I will leave you friends to discuss this further. And Zem gets up and heads off.
When Zem leaves the room, does the anti-magic go with him?
Yep.
So that's still the same.
Yep.
Right. It wasn't on him either. Unless he's actually just behind the door, eavesdropping.
Oh, I'm sure we're heard.
Brave.
Which door did
Thank
you go
you.
out, John?
He went out of this door just here.
All right. I'll just go stand in front of it while they talk.
Okay.
I mean, if he starts to open up, I'm get out of the way. It's not like I'm.
Can I just?
Yeah.
I'm just going to move. I'm just going to move the token because I can't remember which way. Oh, it opens towards you. So yeah. I mean, you stand so that if it starts moving, you can just step to one side. It's not a problem. I mean, it just looks like a stout door. Could they be eavesdropping on you? Possibly. Would eavesdropping be a problem? Depends on what you're going to say. Doesn't it really? It's up to you. You think it's highly possible there's going to be eavesdropping, so you wouldn't necessarily want to have a whole lengthy conversation about other things.
Yeah. So, Kelric, Zeb mentioned that you had disagreements over the way forward. What were they?
I think that's one for another time. But let's put it this way. There's danger here, friends. Real danger. It's dangerous. This tomb, I never got to see the entrance to it. Do I think Zen will keep his word? I know it sounds bizarre, everything you know about him and everything I know about him, but yeah, I think this is real.
He doesn't look very healthy at the moment, does he?
Yeah, more on that another time. Huh? And he kind of rotates his eyes around, looks around.
Yeah.
Without moving his head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
So, look. Sorry?
I'm so jealous.
Not that he can move his eyes around.
His eyes.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I'm not going to ask you to do this. I got myself into this predicament and I'll live with it. Doesn't mean I don't want you to, because I do. But I appreciate the danger. So, look, it's up to you. It's your decision.
What stopped you from doing it?
Well, it's simple. He wants this item to trade. And I'm fearful of what he might trade it for. Having said that, maybe the Periga will put a crimp in those plans. I don't know. That changes things. I didn't know about that until you said. Didn't know they were here. Frankly, I would rather keep out of their way. But
they're not good people.
No. They've been getting an upper hand in the war or something? What a mess. Yeah. So that's what stopped me. What stopped me was worrying what he was going to trade it for. I can tell you, it's a breastplate. He's been trying to find all these pieces of this armor. Doesn't want it for himself. He wants to sell it. He's got some plan. That's just the few things he said to me. That's all I've picked up.
Oh, sorry. It's a breastplate in the tomb, not what he wants to trade.
A breastplate in the tomb, yeah.
Right.
The final part of an armor, a suit of armor. Yeah.
Do we know who he wants to trade it with?
Wish I did. But he's obviously moving forward with his plans. Having said that, I can't do a great deal when I'm shutting here. And at this point, he lifts up his arm and he's got this bracelet around his wrist. onto his wrist. And you realise that it's magical suppression bracelet. So, I'm sorry.
Would he keep his word if we followed
Got
through?
you into this mess. Sorry, Anthony.
Would he keep his word if we followed through?
I think so. I mean, for all his faults, he has a weird code of ethics.
Yeah, we came across somebody who was on the receiving end of those ethics.
Yeah. Not pretty.
Yeah. Maybe ethics is the wrong word.
Do I think I might be able to remove that bracelet?
Yes, you would. No question. With tools and half an hour in a workshop, you would be able to remove it, yeah. Now, no. Not here.
No.
What are the odds we can get you out of here?
0.
That's good to know.
That's Zem's say so.
Mr. Kelrick.
Got a small army here. You know? You've probably just seen the stuff. The house stuff.
Yeah, how big is this place?
Well, here above ground, not very big. But below ground, vast.
Got himself an army, I bet.
He does.
Mr. Kelrick.
Just Kelrick.
I nod. How are you actually keeping? Are your amenities comfortable?
Yeah, better than some of these poor fools. I've got a bed, got a desk, I've got some books to read, paper to write with, a chair. They feed me fairly well.
Do you have any means of practicing your art of music?
Yes. I play 4 or 5 hours a day. And he holds up his fingers and you can see the calluses on his fingers from his lute. That's one thing I've been able to do. Write, compose. If I ever get the opportunity to play my new epic. I have a feeling you're going to be part of it.
Oh, I look forward to hearing it.
Kelrick, you've obviously been here for a little while. What do you think Zem Poucher would do if we point blank refused his offer? I know that puts you in a situation, but I'm not going to sugarcoat it. And this may not be a nice thing to say, but if we are concerned over what Zem would trade the armour for, then would it be better for us not to take the job on and for you to be held in custody for you to be held in splendor for a little longer? Do you think he would accept that decision, or do you think that we would then have a lot of guards surround us and then we too would be shackled?
No. I think he would bid you farewell and let you go. And then he'll look for another way. He's been hanging on to me because so far he hasn't found another way.
So some other poor musician is going to get it.
So if we say
I dare say
no,
he won't stop.
So if we say no, then he has no leverage. He doesn't have a need
He doesn't
for
need.
you. He doesn't
That's
have
not
a
a
need
good
for
thing.
you to be there. So would he let you go?
And
No. It's personal between us.
I look at Varo.
You see, he couldn't control me like he does so many others. Because in doing so, that will destroy my musical ability. But he might choose to crown me and bring me under his direct control. Because it would amuse him.
Varo,
I would suffer.
Varo, when we make this agreement, which I know we shall, please work your big brain magic, because we need your friend whole when returned to us, alive when returned to us, able to play music when returned to us. There are many ways to weasel an agreement and take out a personal grievance. I don't want Kelric with no fingers returned to us.
Or just his fingers returned to us.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Even worse.
Honestly, I don't. I think if you get him what he wants, I don't believe he will harm me. He said he won't. But who can tell?
In that case, we're dealing with a wealthy, powerful merchant. We should at least ask for a price. Above and beyond.
Fair. Make sure the contract is locked down, huh?
Yeah.
Hooks of
Well, I
protection
think
all
we're-
round.
Mhm. I think we'll be looking at JL for our contract negotiations.
That sounds good.
Writing implement paper ready to go.
Kelric,
Well done, JL.
I have one last question. There seems to be something that stops magic. The essence of magic
Yes.
in this
Yes.
room.
Mhm.
Do you know what it is and where it
It's on his
is?
wrist. It's on his wrist.
He smiles at you and then he knocks on the table and raises his eyebrows.
Ah. Has he got
And then he
any
leans over and
others?
there's a table runner down the middle of the table, and he flips the table runner back. And below that, you see that there's a bunch of complex sigils woven into the top of the table, right down the middle band of the table. And then he flips it back.
Sweet. That is nice.
No, you
That
can't
is
fit it in the bag
very
of holding.
Yeah, exactly. I was sitting there when I was designing this. I was kind of going, now where's this anti-magic going to feel going to be? Is it just on the room? No, that seems a bit boring. What's it going to be on? I was like, they're going to nick it. If I put it on top, they're going to nick it. You can't actually put it in the bag of holding, by the way, because you can't.
No, it wouldn't. Yeah, that's right.
It wouldn't fit.
Unless it's an off switch.
Yeah. This is really difficult to steal an anti-magic field. I mean,
has he got any?
What are we going to do? Put it on our magical ship?
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
Has he got any more? Has he got any more in the complex?
Anti-magic fields, other places, yes.
Right.
But you have to remember that the crowned ones can't come in here because of that.
Crowned
what do you mean by crowned?
Like the halfling. Come on. Get it together.
Yeah. The bucket, yeah.
I love the idea that Lovlaw just growls like, for fuck's sake.
It was more of a.
This is starving, you idiot.
Well, it was more of a bucket, the one we saw, not so much a crown.
Strange name for a bucket.
Okay. So,
artistic license.
Kelrick leans over. You hadn't really noticed before. There's a small bell on the table, and he just sort of dings the bell, and one of the halfling servant comes in. Yes? Carrick says, could you fetch the master, please? Halfling bows and tootles off. A few minutes
Does he go
later,
out? Does he go out by the door that Lovelaw's in front of?
I get out of the way.
No, he doesn't. Goes out the other way. And a few minutes later, Zem comes back in. So, I trust you have made a decision. Understand that if you agree to do this, I will return Kelrick to you. If you decide not to, you can walk out of the door that you came in, and the carriage will be ready to take you back to your accommodation with the halflings, and thence, presumably, to your ship. Your choice.
I believe we are inclined to accept with some caveats.
Go on.
JM?
Well, I've got a contract. I need to go through it and make sure that
and negotiator in prime.
Yeah. It's all above board. Trade contract. Exchange of goods. Merchant to merchant.
Unharmed. Physically, mentally.
Hope you asked for a suitable reward on top.
Yes. Seems in order.
Is he seem confused, or is he okay with it?
You wish me to sign?
Yes, please.
And you will sign on behalf of the others at this table. Your signature will bind all of them.
As before.
So essentially, I'm assuming at this point that the contract that you've written is Kelrick will be completely unharmed. He'll have his suppression bracelet removed. He'll be returned with all of the gear he came in on.
Yeah, essentially.
Yeah.
Well fed, clean, and having been able to go for a poo beforehand.
No harm done.
Yeah.
Mentally,
6,000 gold
yeah.
per day.
And there will be no harm to you. You'll be left alone to bugger off with the white blue yonder as well.
Yeah.
And we were asking for a stipend of some sort.
Yeah.
What'd you go with, Jail?
What do we think was a fair price?
1,000 gold per day. That's our usual going fee, isn't it?
Okay.
Or is it 1,250? Can't remember.
If there's any mention of gold in there, is there mention of gold in there? What does it actually say, JR?
Well, initially it was to do with exchange of goods. I don't know whether because I mean, he was thinking it's a 1-to-1 trade.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine by me.
One item as specified from the tomb that we're going to.
And
anything else we
extract is yours.
Yes, exactly.
We make a bonus depending on end of completion of the task. But that's not guaranteed.
No, there's no bonus. It's simply a case of the item that he specified, which is a breastplate, and there's a description of this breastplate. Which is the breastplate in return for Kelrick unharmed.
Yep. And after we leave, he will not seek any reprisal or attack us in any way.
Mm-hmm.
All those kinds of things.
Yep.
Yeah.
She does have one question while he's signing it, and he says, "How did you know where to find Varo? How did you know where to send the courier? We'd only just arrived ourselves."
Does your mother not employ a network of spies? Keep your family's business on the straight and narrow.
Well, maybe.
Competitors.
Maybe, but I'm not sure they're all the way out here because she's been trying to get me back for ages.
Her spies know, but mine are.
Good to know.
Anyway, he signs the contract and he hands it back to you.
She tied it up and puts the seal on it.
It is late, and I appreciate that. Any hospitality I offer you here could be seen as compromising. There is a village with an inn. You came through it on your way. Go there. Stay the night. Then in the morning, the carriage will collect you, return you here. And then I can take you to the tomb. Yes?
Agreed.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets up with his strange gait and his strange movement. He leaves the room. And when you're ready, you hop back in the coach and head back to the village. It's starting to get dark when you leave here, and by the time you arrive at the inn, it is dark, but it's still open, and you are still able to get rooms for the night. So that's not a problem.
Oh yeah.
And you don't think it's like a Potemkin village, and actually it's all Zem's people. You think it's a generic.
Yeah.
It's okay. Yeah.
You don't look like him.
Very good.
Carrick, of
Time
course,
for some rest.
does not come with you.
Mm.
Okay. We're going to leave it there.
Brilliant.
It was a bit different to normal.
Yeah.
But I
The
hope
dinner
it's good.
party.
So let's say goodbye.
Very
Love you.
good.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Good night.
Night.
Good
Bye.
night.
If you got all the way to the end, we appreciate your support. Thank you for watching the NVRA whilst we bring you content of different games. If you like what we have done, please like and subscribe.